Lovage is an herb that helps reduce inflammation, has diuretic properties, has antimicrobial properties, also supports the lungs and urinary tract health. But there's even more. Come on, everyone, learn some more with me today. Welcome. So I'm Rachel with the Herbalist Garden, and I'm not a doctor. I am an herbalist, and we learn a lot here. So this plant today, lovage, is one I had heard about, but I've never actually studied it before. Never had it come across any of my learnings to be able to be like, I need to know about that one. Maybe I need it in my life. Didn't have that one. Didn't have it. And then Rich Johns, who is a uh, part of my Facebook group and also has watched a few of our videos on here. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Suggested Lovage because he just harvested his. So I'm like, I don't know about this one. I know the gist of all the other ones I have on my list, but I'm like, I'm super curious, so I just decided to do it this week. Don't worry, if you have requested any, it's coming. I promise. Anyway, Lovage. I had to look even how to pronounce it because it just it sounds odd, but I didn't get to choose the names of things. I wasn't around that long. But anyways, we're going to talk about lovage and how it is medicinally beneficial for our bodies. I highly recommend you do your own research. I will be providing all the links to all the studies in the description below so that you can do your own research beyond what I share here because I can't share everything. Those would take a long time, and I think some of my videos are kind of long anyway. Some people like that. And then those of you who don't, I appreciate that you're here. We'll have to learn how, some way, somehow. So why not do it together? It makes it more fun. That way, maybe I know a little bit of something that you don't know, and if you teach me, I can learn from you, and it just works out really well. This is how we do things. All my stuff's on the screen over here, and it helps me stay on task because, yeah. Anyway, lovage. Lovage is a perennial plant, the sole species in the genus Levisticum in the family Apiaceae, subfamily Apioidae. I did not look those words up to be able to pronounce them correctly. I apologize. Anyways, it's native to Afghanistan and Iran. It has been long cultivated in Europe, and leaves are used as an herb, roots as a vegetable, seeds as a spice, especially in Southern European cuisine. Its flavor and smell are reminiscent of both celery and parsley, only more intense and spicier. So, um, it has been considered. I think I wrote it down here somewhere. It is basically extremely flavorful. Okay. So, depending on its use, various parts of lovage can be used in salads, soups, broths as a spice, or even flavorings and ingredients in beverages and alcohol. I've never had one, but I don't drink that much either. A high concentration of coumarins, limonene, camphor, eugenol, the different things like that contributes to the health benefits. Obviously, we know that's the constituents that create the effects in our body that we are looking for to naturally heal ourselves. Um, It's basically favored in Europe and Asia. Historical facts. I think these were cool, so I wanted to include them. The Romans and the Greeks are known to have valued lovage and use it for therapeutic abilities. It is explicitly mentioned in several ancient texts by Pliny, Apicus, and Galen. It was used in the 12th century to relieve abdominal pain, heart conditions, digestive complaints, such as coughing and congestion. It has been traditionally used to reduce flatulence and as a natural remedy for abdominal pain caused by gas. It has also been used to treat children suffering from colic. The school of Salerno used it as a natural remedy to support liver and treat jaundice. Traditional herbal practitioners considered lovage to be an effective natural diuretic and also used to treat kidney stones. It has been used to purify blood naturally and is valued as a natural treatment for gout, rheumatism, and skin eruptions. Also been used to treat headaches, migraines, sore throats, pleurisy, and even malaria. So this is where I found the flavor thing. Um, it basically tastes like celery with a bit of parsley on steroids, is what they say that it tastes like. It says it's not a shy herb by any stretch. And so if you really like celery, it's like celery with a citrusy zing. Hmm. I can't say I've ever tasted it before. Anyway, Levisticum officinale. That is what lovage is. Hardy perennial, Mediterranean, and closely related to, well, celery and parsley, but also to carrots. It is hardy in zones 4 through 8. It likes full sun to partial shade. It's it's one of the most shade tolerant herbs, but it really prefers like the thing that's more important is it needs rich loamy soil that retains moisture well. And it also the companion plants to it are like potatoes, yams, taro, artichokes. The root and underground stem, the rhizome, is what is often used to make medicine. So it also can help regulate a menstrual cycle too. It'll start it, not just regulate it. I need to take some bites of my food. Lovage has gone by different names over the years and just in different parts of the world as well. Some people call it sea parsley, lovage, but they haven't added E. They just think it's poetic, I guess. Old English lovage and Italian parsley, even though it's not related to parsley, just because it tastes like it. But Italian parsley itself is a different herb than lovage. I don't know. It does resemble like it has a similar look to it, just huge, bigger in comparison to parsley plant. Anyway, it's also called wild celery because it has that pungent celery parsley ish flavor. So there are things that it does for our body that could be beneficial for certain people. One of the things that I didn't find is like, is it like more dry constitution or is it more moist constitution? Like, is it a wet or a dry order? Is it, I didn't find out that information. But anyways, maybe if you know, you can let me know too. So, helps with urinary tract infections. It has a diuretic effect. which also means that it's going to help with kidney stones. It helps with IBS, malaria, sore throat, tonsillitis, rheumatitis, rheumat- rheumatism, gout, boils, jaundice. That's just a few. It also has antibacterial effects, anti-inflammatory effects, and anti-cancer. There's just a lot that it does. So it has phytalates, coumarins, phenylpropanoids, polyacetylenes, Levisticum officinale. It is legal and it is considered generally safe. They do have suggested dosage, so we'll get into that. That's helpful. I like that they did that, honestly. Um, it does make you a little bit photosensitive. I have to tell you that up front. Like if you have it in a medicinal way. There is a thing called cystinuria. A 2016 study of 18 patients investigating the effectiveness of Lovage on cystinuria, which is a rare hereditary condition characterized by bladder and kidney stones. Okay. Found that Lovage reduced cystine and cystine and creatinine levels in individuals with hereditary cystinuria. Okay, I've heard of it before. Have you? Let me know down below. I feel like Bailey Sarian saying that sometimes, but I just love her though. So, anyways, anti-allergenic, so that's good. Um, because of its anti-inflammatory and soothing properties, it can mitigate the effects of allergens. Mainly the quercetin is what aids in that natural inhibitor of histamines in our bodies. So it'll eliminate like itchy eyes, runny nose, and other more serious reactions. Um, and we talked about its soothing properties, so then it's also good for the skin, right? Um, when leaves are dry, applied directly to the skin or a salve is made, they can be highly effective in reducing the symptoms of psoriasis, acne, resulting in smoother, more attractive looking skin. I guess they're trying to sell something. I don't know. I'm just reading what I wrote. Some of it copy and paste, some of it not. It's what big part of the links below. The antioxidants found in it will also help prevent wrinkles in some cases and increase blood flow on the surface skin, improving tone and appearance. So it'll get rid of rough patches on your skin. Um, the limonene, eugenol, and the quercetin, all of those things are basically what create that in our bodies. It's how it benefits us. Those are the things that work in our bodies for it. Um, so it interesting. Um, it also has been known for alleviating symptoms associated with colitis. That's a good one. If you're suffering from respiratory ailments, it also is a respiratory booster. It can act as an expectorant to clear excess phlegm and mucus from your airways. Um, Eucalyptol is one of the agents that are found in the lovage, and it can reduce irritation and inflammation in the lungs, promoting more rapid healing. Traditional medicine utilizes lovage to loosen phlegm in the lungs, thereby for improving airflow, breathing, and oxygen intake. In one trial, the eucalyptol, the active chemical compound in eucalyptus, which reduces lung irritation, produced significant positive results within 4 days. So, eucalyptol is obviously what makes eucalyptus, but it's also in Lovage. And still, they're not apparently related. Compounds don't mean that you're related. It has nothing to do with that. Although I don't know who determined species and stuff like that back in the day. I'm sure they had a reason. I don't know. I'm just speculating in my brain. It's just coming out my mouth sometimes. Doesn't always have to make sense. Anyways, it does me antibacterial effects. So, Lovage has a significant effect on various microbes and foreign agents that can cause illness in the body, right? That's what bacteria is. It causes illness. Um, Research is still ongoing. Excuse me. Studies have found positive associations between lovage intake and reduction of E. coli, salmonella, and other dangerous effects and dangerous infections. A study in 2011 on the antibacterial effects of the medicinal plant found that lovage was highly effective against various harmful organisms, including E. coli, H. pylori, and salmonella. So, those are like hard hitters. Those are ones that can kill you. And if it is highly effective, like it says there, in a study in 2011, I would say that it actually works. Because, as I said, those are hard hitters. I would say that those would fall up there with, like, what's the name of it? I had it when I had my kid. Not meningitis. MRSA? MRSA. So I wonder if it would work with MRSA. I don't know if there's long studies for those. Because unless they can do in vitro studies, it's really hard for them to do a study on a person. I mean, people will have to volunteer if they're doing it on the study on the person. But like either way, you're putting someone's life at risk for something that you're not sure of. That's why herbalism interests me so hardcore, because I can practice it on myself to gain some like credible information and how it interacts with the body. And I understand that not everybody's the same, but I can at least attest to it ain't killed me yet. It's not gonna kill me. These things don't kill you. This is not a poisonous garden. This is an herbalist garden. So we have to make sure that we're taking care of our people and not putting anybody's lives in danger. Don't worry. I would never, ever. So we talked also about how it can help with the digestive process, right? So the anti-inflammatory properties of lovage make it an ideal choice for soothing an upset stomach and helping to restore the gastrointestinal system to a neutral state. It helps reduce bloating and excess gas by alleviating irritations in the bowels and promoting healthy, regular bowel movements in your colon. Menstrual relief. So it will ease cramps and bloating because it has that soothing side effects or soothing ability on side effects of menstruation. So it's highly highly nutritious. So it keeps up your energy and your mood for the more stressful parts of the month. But it'll also induce menstruation in women who are struggling. And that is also why pregnant nursing women cannot have it, or at least not a medicinal dose. So it'll help with arthritis, pain, because of its anti-inflammatory properties. It doesn't really have analgesic properties from my understanding from what I've been reading. So it doesn't it doesn't actually relieve the pain. It relieves the cause of the pain, which is the inflammation. Inflammation is necessary, but just not chronic. Inflammation is necessary for healing because it pulls all the fluids, all the things in your body that helps heal itself. It pulls all that closer. But then if you're not treating it, then it just stays that way, and that's dangerous to your body. So like, it's not the inflammatory response that our body has; it's the staying inflammatory response. Um, and therefore, we are always looking for things to be anti-inflammatory. And really, there's still more to that. Um, because it's more like modulating, so it makes your body work with itself rather than against it, which is what pharmaceuticals do. They work against your body, they force it, and then your body doesn't remember how to do things on its own, and then it just kaput from there, right? Um, the natural anti-inflammatory properties of lovage make it an ideal remedy for individuals suffering from conditions such as gout, arthritis, hemorrhoids. If you have a painful inflammation anywhere in your body, considering incorporating lovage leaves into your diet and adding this herb to your next dish, you may be surprised at the relief it provides. But as I said, it doesn't really get rid of pain. It gets rid of the reason for the pain. There's a lot. So kidney health, I mean, that kind of goes along with being a diuretic. That kind of goes along with the kidney stones and stuff like that. So it is linked to improving kidney health. Because of the unique type of diuretic known as aquaretic, which stimulates urination without leading to electrolyte loss. This is a healthier form of urination if you are trying to detoxify your body without risking dehydration, therefore boosting the health of the kidneys. So, in other words, it has kind of like electrolyte qualities to it because it's getting and detoxifying the body without draining it. And that's important. We don't want to drain our bodies. I mean, you sit there and drink water, 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 water. You know, I could have like 14 of these and never feel like my thirst is quenched because it's just plain water. Um, if I put electrolytes in it, say if I put a little pinch of sea salt in it, boom, it's automatically better for me. And all of that hydration will enter into the cells. Because just because you're drinking water does not mean that it's getting into the cells, because sometimes you're so dehydrated that those cells are just like shrunk and they're hard and they're just craving for something. And then that salt is like the little thing that goes, wake up, and they start unraveling. Oh, there's some water. You know, and they open up. I don't know, that's probably the best way I can describe it. It sounds a little goofy, but it's kind of the way it works. Um, so, it also boosts immunity, which it naturally would. Because if you're antimicrobial, antibacterial, what else did I say? I had a lot of antis in there. If you're all the antis and you're just running through life, guess what? More than likely you're not going to get sick, because even if you get sick, it won't be as bad. If you get sick, it won't be as long. Your immunity is already high. Immunity does not mean that you're not going to get sick. It means that your body can handle it better when it happens, so the duration will be less and the severity will be less. Or you won't even notice it at all because your immunity will be so high, you'll just kind of get the bacteria, but it'll just pass through your system with the detoxification process that Lovage provides. Don't you like how it all connects? It's very fun. Common side effects. It causes or induces menstruation, which women, yes, I understand. It's not fun, but it's healthy. It is okay. This is a normal thing. Men support this, please, because it is super normal. It is healthy for a woman to have her period. Very, very. Um, Women who get rid of it early on in life age faster. So just be aware. It also creates photosensitivity. Um, so this is a widely accepted and as such, and is suggested that exposure to UV rays will be limited when using Lovage. And let's see, severe side effects. Those are just common, like everyday side effects. So you should not have blood thinners because of the coumarins in the actual plant itself, like the constituents. Don't have it with diuretics because it will dehydrate you, which causes problems on your heart, your kidneys, all that stuff. Um, yeah, anybody who has an impaired kidney function, if you're going to use it, I highly recommend doing it under the supervision of somebody who knows what they're doing. Basically, is how that boils down to. So, believe it or not, that is the information I have for you. It was quite finite. Every website had like the same information, and I just had to pull out different cherry picking information. And yes, I could give you a whole lot more information, but I would be getting into things that aren't standard for these videos. If you ever want a deep dive, I'm your girl. I can do it. I think it would be fun to deep dive on something. Um, as I've said, I have more ideas, but it is very difficult to put yourself fully out there without the response. Just saying. Just saying. It's realistic. I'm just sharing it. I'm not complaining. I'm not whining. That's just the reality of it. I'm aware of my limitations. I'm aware where I have to say, if I get to this level, I'll go here. If I get to this level, I'll go here. I will keep on bettering myself as it improves for me, I will improve for it. Matching energies, maybe that's a way to put it. I'm not sure. I'm not being lazy by any means. I mean, I'm still doing this, aren't I? Anyway, I really, really, really appreciate those of you who stick around to the end and those who interact with me. It really makes my day. It really does. When I can sit there and say, "Oh, look, I got more views. Oh, look, I got people interacting." It really makes my day. And I appreciate that so much. And you're also welcome to join us over on Facebook at the Adults Garden. So we talk about a lot of stuff there. We have, um, right now we're in Winter Wellness Tuesdays, Herb of the Week Wednesdays. I advertise the podcast on Thursdays. Friday is Share Your Own Business. Um, Mondays are tips and stuff. But we have that pretty much all throughout the week, every single week. Everybody's sharing this plant, sharing that plant. They share their knowledge here, they share their knowledge there. I really like our group. I like that everybody is so knowledgeable, and yet there are still people who are very happy to ask questions, share things. Yeah, that's it. It's supposed to be, judgment zone. It's supposed to be a place where we can find natural ways of helping ourselves through gardening, through herbalism, and just, if times ever got tough enough, guess what? We can help each other. I'd be okay with that. I like this idea. It's building a little community. And I've even developed some friends through it too. And I appreciate that. Anyway, I'm going to hop off here. And I will thank you once and again. And I will thank you every single time. Thank you so much for being here and learning with me. I don't have anything else for you. Not today. Options for next week: gum tree, arnica, eucalyptus, and elecanthus. Oh, aloe's still on the list. We'll see. It's not like we won't get to them. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Have a good one.